Welcome to the Streampreneurs Podcast, episode number 1. Let's do this. What's up, everyone? I just wanted to say thank you for tuning in to Streampreneurs Podcast, my very first podcast ever, and I am super excited to make this podcast. I mean, it's been something that's been on my mind for like the longest time, and just like everyone else that's trying to do something with their lives, I was just in that stuck period of not knowing what I wanted to do. Like, the fact that you guys are here and you're listening to this podcast means a lot to me. Everyone's time is valuable, and for you just to come and just listen to this podcast, I really, really appreciate it. So you're probably wondering, what is Streampreneurs Podcast? And that's a really good question. I didn't come up with this name until about 2 weeks ago. And so Streampreneurs Podcast is a combination of streamers and entrepreneurs. Now, about 3 years ago, I was introduced to a website called Twitch. The website is actually called twitch.tv. And on this website, you'll find a community of a lot of awesome gamers that live stream their games to the public. And if you go to this website, you could basically choose a game that you personally like, and there might be actually a streamer playing that specific video game. And the community is so cool because you have a lot of people that try to do speed runs of the game to get a world record, or they just casually playing through a game that they never played through before. And on this website, they also have a chat for that specific streamer, so they have like their own little community of people that visit them every day just to watch them play. And so I was inspired to start a podcast called Streampreneurs to try to interview those streamers. That way we could try to get to know them on the personal level. Because one of the things I know is being, just a casual viewer on Twitch, is that sometimes I go to random people's streams, not knowing anything about them, not knowing who they are, and it just kind of like create like this little just separation. And it's like I want to know, who this person is, what got them into gaming, what was the first game that they played. Just so that, I could try to establish some kind of connection with them. And so that's where Streampreneurs Podcast come into place. Now, the entrepreneur side is that on Twitch, some of these streamers are actually partnered, meaning that they actually make money from playing video games. Now, obviously there's a lot of people that doesn't make as much money as, as others. But for those who are like really popular, there are some people who actually took time off, or not even take time off, they actually do it full time, which is pretty amazing when you think about it. And I was so inspired by that because, like, wow, these guys are actually doing what they love and making money from it. And of course, that there are also a lot of people out there that are partnered with Twitch, but still have to work a part-time job, because sometimes they're not probably making as much money, as other people are. But still, just to make money from playing video games is still pretty exciting when you think about it. So that's my future for this podcast. I want to be able to interview any streamer, someone that has, a good community behind them, someone that's probably on the rise, or someone that has a good schedule and they're really dedicated to not even trying to make money from Twitch, just, enjoying the people around them, and, just trying to make a fun community for people just to watch them. And those are the type of people I like to interview, people that's on the rise or people that's already established, and try to understand their methods and their tactics on how they became, the person that they are today. That way, if you're a gamer and you want to become a streamer one day, you will have all the information that you need to actually get to that point. And that's kind of where my podcast come into play, and that's why we call it Streampreneur Podcast. Is trying to understand how streamers became who they are today, what methods they use to build their audience, and then passing that message to others. That way they can try to do the things that they enjoy doing too. So now that you have a more insight of what the podcast is going to be about, I think it's time for you to get to know me a little bit. So my name is Jeffrey Harden, and I fell in love with games at the age of 4 years old. I can remember my first game that I played was Super Mario Bros. 3 on the NES, I believe. It's either Super Mario Bros. 3 or the first Super Mario Brothers. But so far, my favorite game is Super Mario Bros. 3 on the NES. And I also had a Sega Genesis too, and I'm also a huge Sonic the Hedgehog fan too. I mean, I probably had, Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, 3, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic Spinball, 3D Blast. I mean, you name it, I had it. And ever since, I was 4 years old, I mean, that pretty much just jumpstart my love for games. And, this is the reason why I, doing this podcast, because I love video games too. And I love just experiencing new things. I mean, I even built me a computer as well, a gaming computer, in order for me to play video games at high quality, get the the smooth 60 frames per second, and just have an awesome experience in playing games at the highest quality possible. So if you want to know more about my gaming system setup, you can visit my website, streampreneurs.com, and I have pictures of the setup, and I have a description of all the components that I use. That way, if you're someone that's interested in building yourself a gaming computer, then, hey, copy the stuff that I put on there. Or do some research, use some of the components that I use, and put some of your own components that you want to put in there at the same time. That way you can build a computer that's more suitable for you. So one of the reasons why I built myself a gaming computer was, of course, to play video games in high quality. But at the same time, one of my future goals is to actually become a streamer on Twitch. I just feel like it's the perfect opportunity. Just say, for instance, if I, just say you guys who listen to me, if you ever wanted to talk to me live, then hey, Twitch is probably the best place you can come and talk to me, get to know me, I can get to know you. And if you just want to just unwind from the day, I want to have the most chill Twitch chat ever. Or I want to have the most chilled stream ever. A place where people could just come to and just have fun and laugh. Crack jokes, talk to you guys, play some video games, try to do speed runs, learn how to play certain video games that I've never played before, get personal best in a speed run or something. I just want to just do things that I always wanted to do and just enjoy the company of others and basically just have a good time. So that pretty much sums up the introduction to the Streampreneur Podcast. And again, I just wanted to say thank you so much for, taking your time out to come and listen to me. It definitely means a lot to me to actually start a podcast and to do something that I always wanted to do. I can't wait to start interviewing streamers, getting to know them, and even for you to get to know them and understand how they became who they are today. I know a lot of you guys love playing video games, and I know that a lot of you guys want to make that as a passion. And I hope that I could be that highway to allow you to get to know the streamer a lot faster instead of taking the freeway and getting to know the streamer a lot slower. My podcast is to allow you to get to know them on a personal level and get to know them and build a connection. So that's why I consider it as a highway instead of a freeway. But, again, guys, this pretty much sums up or wraps up the Streampreneur Podcast. Thank you again for coming down and listening. I can't wait for, to interview other streamers and just, creating that solid foundation with them. So again, guys, thank you for coming out and listening to the Streampreneur Podcast. I definitely can't wait to see what the future holds for us and the valuable information that we can consume and, use it to grow and become, something better of ourselves. And I can't wait to see what type of stuff that you guys do as well. So thank you for listening to the Streampreneur Podcast. This is Jeffrey Hardin, signing out.